This is a Sports Catastrophe production.
Hey there, Heather. Ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond. Welcome you to another Sports Catastrophe on this day. And on this day, May 18th, in the year 1960, Real Madrid was facing off against Eintracht Frankfurt, a German soccer club, as it was for the European Championship. Of course, the European Cup is now known as the Champions League, but it's the major competition for club teams in Europe. Over 127,000 people packed Glasgow's Hampden Park Stadium. Still the highest attendance for a European Cup final, and probably will be because most European stadiums are not 100,000 seats because of the massive rules around. Over 70 million people would watch around Europe, and it's the highest scoring final ever. So anyway, Eintracht Frankfurt had a big match. In the first round, they took on Young Boys from Switzerland. That's the club name. And beat them. And then took on the Austrian team Wiener Sports Club. That's how they're named. And then in the semifinals against Rangers, who were a Glasgow team, but not at Hampden Park, played at another park, Ibrox. They crushed Rangers 12-4. Real Madrid took care of the Luxembourg club Jeunesse Esch 12-2. Took care of the French club Nice 6-3. And then in the semis against their old rivals, Barcelona, they won 6-2. So it was a huge match and all that. The only problem with this match was actually there were rumors that the final could not be held because the German Football Association did not want their clubs to take part in a match involving Frederick Puskas after Puskas alleged the West German team of using drugs to win the 1954 World Cup, in which West Germany was down 2-0 to Hungary and came back with 3 straight goals to win the match. Puskas made a formal written apology before the match could take place. Unfortunately, that's what happened. So Eintracht Frankfurt were looking good. Now, there was one tiny little problem. Real Madrid was just that damn dominant in this match. Because one key thing about Real Madrid you should know is that they were looking for their 5th straight Champions League championship. Yes, you know that the legendary clubs like Real Madrid, Barcelona, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man U, Bayern Munich, and all of them. Only Real Madrid got to win 3 straight European Cup / Champions League. No, sorry, 4, as Ajax and Bayern Munich had done so in the 70s, winning 3 straight. But yeah, to win 4 straight was huge. In 1956, Real Madrid took care of Servette in Switzerland, Partizan of Yugoslavia, AC Milan in Italy, before making the final against Stade de Reims. Stade de Reims had the great Raymond Kopa in it, and Real Madrid almost blew the final, the first ever European Cup final, and their first final, if you will. They were down 2-0. People forget about that before roaring back to win 4-3. In 1957, Real Madrid had to go to a replay against Rapid Wien in Austria. Would take on the French club Nice, and then would beat Manchester United in the semifinals. Now, of course, this was the Man U team before the tragedy in 1958. Anyway, Real Madrid would take on Fiorentina in Italian squad and won 2-0 goals by Di Stefano and Gento. They took care of a very good squad. 1958, Real Madrid got a bye because of their championship. They took on Royal Antwerp of Belgium in the first round and won 8-1. They took on Sevilla, their fellow Spanish club, and beat them 10-2, and then beat Vasas SC from Hungary 4-2. They would take on AC Milan and had to go to extra time. Di Stefano and Real scored for Real, and Scafino and Grillo. No, Scafino was the legendary Uruguayan player, and Niels Lidholm, also a great Swedish player, played for Milan. They had an extra time where Gentle scored to make it 3-2. In 1959, Real got a bye in the preliminary round and would take on Besiktas of Turkey, beating them in the first round. The quarterfinals, they would take on Wiener. And in the semifinals, they would face Atletico Madrid, their fellow Spanish club, and actually had to go to a replay. They would take on Stade de Reims, who had Jules Fontaine in the lineup. So it's 1960. So Eintracht Frankfurt did not really have any superstar Germans you would know and adore. Real Madrid were full of stars. They had Marquitos, Jose Maria Fidel, Jose Santamaria, their captain Jose Maria Zaraga, Alfredo Di Stefano, Frederick Puskas, and Paco Gento. Of course, as people know that Alfredo Di Stefano was an Argentine legend in his international career, but then he became a naturalized citizen of Spain in 1956 and played for the Spanish club in 1957. And Santa Maria was from Uruguay. So the match happened. And Eintracht scored the first goal on a goal by Richard Kress, to make it 1-0. It was like, holy smokes, Eintracht's going to beat Real Madrid and finally end the streak. But no, Real Madrid just put their foot on the gas and scored 6 straight goals. It was just basically the final of the 2 main strikers for Real Madrid. No disrespect to Paco Gento, but the other star strikers, Alfredo Di Stefano and Frederick Puskas, were legends. Di Stefano more for club play and Puskas for his international play with Hungary in the 1954 World Cup, which they should have won. Di Stefano put up a hat trick, scoring the 20th, 23rd, and 73rd minute, whereas Puskas scored 4 goals. Injury time in the 45th minute, 56th minute, 60th minute, and 71st minute. So it was just humongous. 7 goals. Eintracht did score twice on goals by Erwin Stein, but it was TLTL, too little, too late. The final score, 7 for Real Madrid, 3 for Eintracht Frankfurt. Still the highest scoring Champions League, European clubs / Champions League final in history, and made Real Madrid the team to beat 5 straight titles. No one has sniffed 4 straight titles since 1960. That's when Real Madrid just basically had everything going for them. All that. Well, anyhow, Real Madrid got a bye into the round of 16, where they would face their rivals Barcelona, and in a shock result, Barcelona won 4-3. Yeah, it was one of the most shocking victories ever. Because Real lost to Barcelona at Barcelona 2-1 in the first leg, even though they scored on a Canario goal. Fergus and Efrastrino scored. Well, actually, yeah, 2-2. Luis Suarez scored twice for Barcelona. Not the Luis Suarez we know from Uruguay. Mateos and Gento scored. So, yeah, Barcelona shocked Real Madrid in the second leg at home and made sure that the 5-time defending champs would be eliminated. So, yeah, that's a big picture. How Real Madrid was the dominant team in the 1950s in European club play as they won 5 straight titles. And that's something that the major clubs can never do. Anyhow, I'm Jeff Diamond.